Hey there. Glad you stopped by. I'm your virtual assistant, your cloud-based AI. I can help you with a thing or two. Anytime you're game. Get organized or be surprised. Just say my name.
Welcome to the CyberFrat YouTube channel. My name is Shweta and I am an Alexa developer and I am a programmer by heart. So today we are gonna learn about how to create any quiz kind of skill, like any quiz. And because this is a cyber week going on in CyberFrat, so I thought how about we test your cyber awareness with an Alexa skill. So today in this YouTube video, you will learn how to create a quiz skill where you're gonna introduce all the questions to the users, whoever use your skill, and where you're gonna learn about everything about Alexa skill development. And trust me, no programming language, no programming knowledge is required for this video. Anyone can learn this and anyone can create a wonderful skills. And because we all have Alexa nowadays at our home, so you can create as so many skills, gaming skills, and you can do a lot of fun activities with the Alexa. What it takes is just how you start. So let's get started. And everything, we have to do all the things and all the activities with our hands, as you can see in the image, like how the person changed and all the activities also got changed as time. So then after inventing computer, then we started doing things on the computer like booking tickets and everything. And after computer, when mobile was invented, then we switched to mobile. Then we started using mobile for our daily activities, for calling a person, for messaging, WhatsApp, and everything. But what is voice? After mobile, voice is the future for this. So using voice user interface, you can control all the things and can do all the activities with your voice. So you just have to say something, and 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 tada, the activity will be done. For example, like if you open the Alexa app in your mobile and just say, Alexa, play this song for me, then Alexa will play that song for you directly. You don't have to go to the app, go to the mobile, find that particular app, Spotify or my music player, and then search for the song and then play it. See, all this process got automated just with voice, just with one single sentence. So see how much fun and how much time it saves. So let's learn more about Alexa skill development. So as I said, like before inventing mobile and computer, we have to do everything with our hands. So before it was graphical user interface. So we have to find that particular software or like particular in the computer or somewhere, and after that there was a website, so we just have to go to that particular website for booking ticket or for ordering food or everything, or for watching movie. And then after websites we have mobiles, so in mobile we can easily do all that things and it saves lot of time. But after mobile, voice is the next future. As I provided in the previous example, you can control all the things and your activities with voice. So let's see more about voice. So now I use this word Alexa skill development so many times. But you might be wondering what is Alexa and who is Alexa and why she is talking so much about Alexa skill development and why is it important and how we can use Alexa skills and Alexa app. So let's see what is Alexa. So, people, Alexa is an intelligent personal assistant developed by Amazon. Similar to Alexa, we have Google Assistant in our mobile. So, whenever you say OK Google, then Google Assistant got initiated and then it will do some activity for you. Like when you say to Google, OK Google, call this number, then Google will call this number. Similarly, we have Alexa, but as compared to Google Assistant, like both are good on, like both have some advantages and disadvantage, but Alexa got much more advanced and it trained much more with the voices. So but in Alexa app, you can play so many games. You can book your flight tickets, you can order pizza, you can book a cab, and you can do so many things. And right now we are in lockdown period. So in lockdown you might be bored at home just by sitting at home. So what you can do is, you can, if you don't have an Alexa device, you can download the Alexa app in your mobile, and then you can play so many games with Alexa, or you can listen to your favorite music. It really cheers your mood. So Alexa is an assistant. So assistant, we all know who is an assistant, right? Assistant is a person who who saves our time and who do some of our task, or like the activity which we assign to her or him. Like if we talk about assistant in the real sense, like for in-person assistant. So similarly, Alexa is also an assistant, but it's controlled by voice and it's activated by voice. So whatever command you give to the Alexa, it will do it for you. So let's see next. So now you might be wondering how you can use Alexa and Assistant and all, and how you can give the commands. So for that, there are so many Alexa powered devices are available in the market, like Echo Show, Echo Dot, and similarly much more. And even Alexa is even available in your mobile phone. So you can just go to the Play Store and you can download the Alexa app, and then you can try so many skills and everything on the Alexa app. And but as compared to Echo Dot, so Echo Show, what is Echo Show? Echo Show will just show you or just play the video, like along with voice. It will even make you see the things. So in Echo Dot and in the mobile Alexa, you can only hear the thing, but in the Echo Show you can even see the things. But you can control all your home sensors, like all your home devices, for example lights, like all the IoT devices with your Alexa. You can even do this thing with the Alexa. So you can directly turn on your light, you can turn on your TV, and it's even helpful in the PowerPoint presentation. So if you want to change the slide, then you can easily do it with the Alexa app. You can change the slide while giving the presentation. It will just change the slide with your one voice command. See the power of Alexa. So it has like magic. She has a magic, and she can do so many things. So isn't it fascinating? So why the voice is future? Right now we do all the things with touch, like we have to go to the mobile, then open a particular application, and then we have to do the thing, like if we have to watch the YouTube video or music and anything. So for that we need to touch the mobile or touch the computer. But voice is the future because eyes expect uniformity, but ears expect variety. Like if you say, like it's like talking to someone, and we really like communicating with the person or interacting with someone. So in absence of someone, you can interact with Alexa, you can talk with Alexa, and Alexa will do the things for you, like you can play music and so many more things. So that's why voice is the future. And it's really fascinating how Alexa identify the voices of people, and how it's differentiate the voices, and how it like do the thing and play something for you. So it's really fascinating. And next, the difference between touch versus voice. So let's consider an example. Let's see, like you are preparing for your exam, or you have to prepare a schedule for your day. So in order to prepare a schedule, you have to locate your phone first. You have to find your phone. And after you find your phone, you have to unlock your phone if there is a password protection. And then you have to search for the app, open that app. Then you have to click on the to-do list. And you have to add to-do list, provide a name for your to-do list, and then you have to tap done and then close the phone. So isn't this a very long process? So we want a smart way for everything, so that it can save our time and we can utilize that time for some other things, right? So how you can do this same thing with the voice? All you have to do is just say, Alexa, add book flight to my to-do list, and then it will add this to your to-do list. And then you don't have to do anything after that. You don't have to click on particular button, search that particular app or anything. So isn't it really a smart way of doing things with Alexa? And see, Alexa can do so many things. It can play game, it can provide music, any music, and you don't have to download any music from the web or from Spotify or from anywhere. All you have to do is you just have to say the name of the music and it will play from Spotify and from anywhere, wherever she finds that music. And similarly, you can do so many things with the Alexa. All you need, how will you find that what are the things you can do it with Alexa? You will only find out if you try. So just go to the Play Store, download the Alexa app, and try and experiment with Alexa. And I'm sure you will really like it. So, let me show you an Alexa skill which I have created for my Amazon Alexa hackathon, and we have won this hackathon also. So, let me show you. So, actually, I have created one game known as Khel Khazana for the people like right now people are in the lockdown, get so much bored, so they need some activities like, so it's this skill is mainly for the students. So students get bored easily, so this skill will provide some brain activity, some brain game, and it can even give you a lottery challenge, a chance to win more coins, and it will even show you a leaderboard. So let's see. Let's see about my Khel Khazana skill. So I'm just showing you skill right now in the Alexa skill development console. So what is console and everything you will know, like you will learn all this thing in the YouTube video. So let's start with skill first. So let's see how is my skill and what you can do with my skill. So I will how you can activate any skill in the Alexa app. For that, I can even type here or I can say it. So you just have to type or you can say, Alexa, open the skill name. So my skill is Khazana, Khel Khazana. So I will just say this name, Alexa, open Khel Khazana. And after that, let's see. Yeah. So it will give you one audio. And then you have to say either yes or no whether you are ready to play game or not. So I am totally ready, so I will say yes. Guys, let's try our luck today. So let's see whether we win the lottery challenge or not. So I will say lottery challenge. I want to try my luck. Yeah, lottery challenge. Yeah, I don't have enough coins to win the lottery challenge. So for that, people has to play a game. So let's play a game. Oh, sorry, I have to answer it in yes or no. Yeah. Mm, divisible by 4, divisible by 8. So I will select left. This much max, I know. Yeah. So why it's not giving you any answer? Because you have to say the answer is left. Yeah, I won. So if you say go back to the dashboard, then it will take you to the dashboard and start the same game again. And then like you can win so many coins, and after you have that much coin, and then you will be eligible for lottery challenge, and then you can take lottery challenge, and it's like so much fun. And we really like winning the lotteries and everything. So that's why I have added this theme as a lottery challenge. So I hope you like this skill. And similarly, you can create so many much fun skills, and then people will use your skill, and you can see how many people have used your skill, and you can share it with your friends, family, everyone. So it's so much fun creating a skill in Alexa, or trying the Alexa app, or using Alexa devices. So it's really a fun. So I hope you will also try this skill, and you will also try Alexa app or Alexa device. So thank you. So now you all have seen with what kind of skill I have made for the hackathon, and how much fun that skill is. But now I think it's a time for you to get started. I think it's a time for us to get started with the hands-on training on how to create any Alexa skill, and the fun part is without any programming language, without any programming knowledge. So it's a very useful and helpful way for a person who don't have much programming language, and also for a people who are well expert in programming. They can also watch this video for learning about how to create an Alexa skill and everything. So basically, we are gonna use VoiceFlow. VoiceFlow provides a visual programming layout for creating the Alexa skill. And you know, the most good interesting part about VoiceFlow is you can even create your Google Assistant skill with the help of VoiceFlow. Yeah, so we can create both the skill, like we can create Alexa skill and Google Assistant, both the skill with the help of VoiceFlow. So right now in this video, I'm showing you how to create an Alexa skill. But after learning this, definitely you can try and experiment with Google Assistant. All it's mostly like the same thing. So now let's get started. So now all of you guys are gonna learn how to create a voice bot. And we all know voice is the future, so you can give the commands to your Alexa, and you can create a fun skill and so many skills in your Alexa, and you can play with it. So now I think let's get started. So as you can see, I have just opened the VoiceFlow website. You can directly go to voiceflow.com, and then I need to log in here in the VoiceFlow. So what I will do, I will click on this login button, and after that, yeah, it's loading. So after that, it will ask me an email and password, or I can also log in with Google or Facebook. So let's log in with Google directly. No need to create any username or password. So I will just select Google account. After that, you are gonna see the dashboard, all the skills which you have created by now, and also some of the example projects which you can utilize on learning about creating different kind of skills. For example, here we have a quiz master, who's turn, API data, and so many example project. But the quiz master which is present in this example, I have not utilized that method because that's a very complex and a very difficult one. So I have utilized a very easy, and with this method, anyone can create any kind of skill on any topics. Like today, I'm gonna create a cyber awareness quiz, but you guys can create a math quiz, a English quiz. You can take the assessments of your students also, or of your children's also, by creating a quiz. So you can create a lot of good quiz with this kind of method, the method which I will show you now here. So after that, let's get started without further ado. So what we will do now is, here is the create project button. So we are gonna just click on this create project for creating a project, and then here you need to give a project name. So the project name is like the skill name. Let's give a project name. So I'm gonna write the project name as Quizzy Crazy because it sounds fun. And after that, either you can upload your project icon. It's like how we have app icon to identify which app, to identify the app. Similarly, we have skill icon. So here you can also upload the icon directly, or we can also update it later. So let's do this step later. At the end of the session, let's upload a good skill icon and everything. And after that, just press continue, and then it will ask you which channel do you want to create for. Yes, in with the help of the voice flow, you can create either Alexa skill, or you can also create Google Assistant skill. You can create both of the things. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a Alexa skill, but in the same manner you can also create Google Assistant skill without using any coding knowledge. So let's get started. So let's click on the Amazon Alexa because we are creating the skill for the Alexa, and then it will ask you a locale. So locale is like, you can select a country, like in which language the Alexa will speak. So from here, either you can select English US, or you can select, it's like all the supported language for your skills. And you can also select English IN so that it will be useful for your English Indian people also. And after that, you can also create the skill in Hindi. Yes, so for the people who don't understand English much, you can also create a skill for them, a game or anything for them in Hindi. So Hindi skill will be much more fun for the people and everyone. You can create anyone whichever you want to do. And after that, after selecting it, you can just click on the create project button, and it's loading. It will load everything. Yeah, and after that you will see a dashboard kind of this, like this. So here in this dashboard, this is a voice flow dashboard where you will see three options: design, prototype, launch. So design is like for writing all the steps, for writing all the blocks. So whatever blocks we will add, whatever steps we will provide here, we have to, we have to add it in this design phase. And then we have prototype, and then we have launch. Prototype is for testing. We are even gonna see that how to do a testing. And then we have launch. So launch is useful for publishing your skill to the Alexa store. So we are gonna see all three options in this session. And trust me guys, you are gonna learn everything in this video related to Alexa skill, how to create it using voice flow. So then you will see something as a start. So start is like how the people will initialize the skill, what people has to say so that they can start the skill. So here it's written by default, it's written as Alexa open Quizzy Crazy. So whoever will say this, the skill will get activated, and then after that we want our Alexa to respond something. So what our Alexa will respond and how to add that, we will see everything. And before that, here you will see two options. One is steps and another one is flows. So in the steps, you will see all the blocks which is required for creating the Alexa skill. So we have lot of blocks like speak, choice, intent, prompt. So what exactly that blocks do and how we can utilize it, we will see it while making the quiz game. And then we also have a logic. So basically it's like doing the coding but without touching the coding. So it's like a drag and drop environment, and you just have to place the block in the step by step manner, and then you just have to connect it. And how to connect it and everything, you will see when we make the skill and everything. So here we have lot of options. In the logic, we have if condition, set condition, capture, random, exit, flow. lot of things. And then you can also integrate any of the part with API, Google Sheet. Like right now in this scale, we are going to integrate it with the Google Sheet. And then we have channel where we have stream, display, card, purchase, lot of things, permission, account linking, so you can utilize this. We also have a user information block, so if you want to get the user data, like which user is using your skill, then you can utilize this user info. Sometimes when we also want to display the score, like how much score the user is getting, so for that we can utilize the user info for doing that. So after that, let's get started. So we have a start command where it's written Alexa open Quizzy Crazy, and then we have a stop and help. Stop is just like if you want to stop the Alexa skill, then which sentences you should say to stop the skill, and then it's like a help. So this all things we have in the voice flow. And then after that, when your skill is ready to go, then you can just click on upload to Alexa button, and it will directly get uploaded to Alexa console. And then we have a share option. You can actually share this project. You can also invite the collaborator so that two people can work on your skills simultaneously, and then it will be and then it will get completed very quickly. So this is like a dashboard and everything, and information about the voice flow dashboard. And now I think we can start adding the blocks, and we can start creating the skill. We need to add something so that Alexa can respond to that. So for that, we are gonna use the speak block, and in the speak block we need to provide certain things, sentence which Alexa can say. So we can write so we can respond it in this way, like welcome user or something, that welcome, or we can write welcome to this skill. And then you can add one more system block here, one after another. The audio is just for adding the music or sound. We are even going to add that in the later part. Now let's add one more sentence. After Alexa will say welcome to the skill, it can say let's see how much you are cyber aware. Since because we are creating an Alexa skill to test your cyber knowledge, like to check your cyber knowledge, that's why I have added this sentence. You can change the sentence according to your thing, like according to your topic. If you are creating a skill related to if you are creating a quiz skill related to journal knowledge, then you can add a sentence based on that. So this sentence will change as per your topic. And after this, so this is just that we have added a speak block, but we have not combined this block, we have not connect this block to the start. So how it will follow key, I have to say this after starting this skill. So for that we have connectors in this voice flow. So just click on this dot and connect it like this. So this line, this arrow is like a connector. So it's like how we write all the steps for any activities or for any task or something. So here also this is like a step 1, and this is like a step 2. And similarly, whatever steps we will add, we have to add it sequentially, and we have to provide the connectors for that. So after the Alexa will say ki welcome to this skill, let's see how much you are cyber aware. It's up to you. You can also add a sound, like a starting sound, or you can directly start with the quiz. So now after this, and now let's see how it will say. So for testing, we will go to prototype, and in the prototype you just need to click on start test.
Welcome to this skill. Let's see how much you are cyber aware.
Yeah, so the Alexa will say like this. So anytime you can add any block, and after adding that block you can test it, and after testing you can just press the escape key to exit the prototype phase, or you can just go to the designing phase. So after saying this, now we have to give the user certain questions, quiz questions, and options, and then the user will say the answer, and the Alexa will confirm whether that answer is right or not. If the answer is right, then Alexa will say, hooray, the answer is right. If the answer is not wrong, then Alexa will tell you the right answer. So, how to get started, how to do that is very simple. So because it's gonna ask certain questions, so we need to prepare that question also. And the most easy part for this skill making is that you don't have to write, you don't have to check it with the help of if and if else block, like if the answer is this, then again ask second question. But instead of that, instead of using all those complicated ways, we are gonna just utilize the Google Sheets for that. So because in Google Sheet you can store as much data as you want, and you can ask as much questions as you want. So in the Google Sheet, you can add so as many questions, and you can write but you have to write the questions in this format. Like here, I have created two columns, one for storing the question and another for storing the answer. So you need to prepare a Google Sheet. You need to open a Google Sheet. You can give the Google Sheet as a name, and then you can write a question as in the first column and answer in the second column. And after that, how you have to write the question, in which format you have to write it, in this format. Like as you can see, it should be in this format. As you can see it in the top, that it should be like the first step, like how I have written the question. The first step in security awareness is being able to dash, that dash I have written it in the word, dash a security threat, and then you need to write your options also in the questions itself. So then after that you need to continue writing it here only. You have to write it like your options are: option 1 recognize, option 2 avoid, option 3 challenge, option 4 lock. So either you can prepare four separate columns for writing option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Then you have to let your Alexa fetch the data for column 1 for question, column 2 for option 1, column 3 for option 2. Or in order to avoid all that thing, you can write the entire sentence in the question itself. Then you don't have to prepare multiple columns, and you have to deal with many data. So in this way, in the same way, you can write as much question as you want. And in the answer, because the Alexa is asking question in this form, like your options are like option 1, option 2, like how Amitabh Bachchan asked in the KBC quiz, key option 1 this, option 2 this. In the same way, the Alexa will also ask you that questions. So if the Alexa is asking the question in the form of options, then there is a chance that the user will also provide the answer in the form of options only. Like how in the KBC user say, ki, please lock option A, please lock option B. In the same way, in this skill also, the user can say, Alexa, the answer is option 4. Or it can say the answer is, okay, or it can say the answer is option 2. So whatever. So before that, we are gonna write a sentence in the Alexa. Ki, we are gonna write the sentence. Ki, please provide the answers in this form, so that people can identify that they have to give the answer in the form of options, like option 1, option 2. And also it will be then very easy to identify the answers in this way. So in the same way, you can prepare as much questions as you want. I have just 7 questions. So what I will do, I will just copy these 7 questions and add it. It's not necessary to have many questions. You can just work with 7 also. But I just wanted to get more data, so I just have copied the same 7 questions again to make it 13. Because what we are gonna do here is we are gonna just write one line code for collecting a random question from this sheet. So we'll just write one line code for getting any random row number, and Alexa will fetch the question for that particular row number, and then it will say the question, and then a user will answer, and then it will verify whether the answer which user is saying is right or wrong. So that's how you can prepare your question in the Google Sheets. And now let's go to our voice flow and let's see how we can add the Google Sheet there. Because we want to fetch the random row from the Google Sheet, so for that we need to add just one line of code here. Because if we don't add it here, then it will get the question line by line, but we don't want it to happen. We want the Alexa to ask the question randomly, then it will be much fun and the quiz will be much interactive. So for that, what we are going to do, in the steps we have one custom code block. So we just need to add the custom code block before getting the data from the Google Sheet. Because if we don't get the random rows, then from the Google Sheet it will get the data in line wise. So in order to avoid that, let's add a custom code. And in the custom code here, it is written enter JavaScript code here. So the JavaScript code for getting the random number, you will easily get it. You will easily find out in the Google. But so I also have that code. Let me show you what the code do. So I have just created a variable as row, and here I have just added a math.floor function. Math.floor is just for rounding the value to the nearest. And then we have math.random function for getting the random number. And here you can see two numbers, 13 and 2. So 13 is like the maximum rows, like how many rows you have, and the 2 is like from where the rows to start. We don't want to get the data for the first row, because in the first row we just have written the question and answer. So we want to get the data starting from the second row. So this 13 is like the maximum rows, and like the length of the rows, and the 2 is like from where the rows are starting. And after that, because if we want our Alexa to say something, so that's why we have just converted it into the form of string, because right now this row is in the form of integer. So we just want to convert it in the form of string. So that's why we have to write this code. And after that, as I have already told you, okay, we need to use the intake connector so that it can connect two blocks together. So let's join these two blocks. So after saying welcome to this skill, it will get a random rows, and now it's time to finally integrate our Google Sheet with this so that it can ask the question randomly. Now, how we are going to integrate it with the Google Sheet is very simple. In the same steps, we have one option as integration. So the integration is useful if you want to integrate your skill with certain API or Google Sheet or with the core or something. So in the same option we have Google Sheets. So because we want to take the question from the Google Sheet, so we will add the integration block. And here in this integration, you will see four options: retrieve data, create data, update data, and delete data. So retrieve data is just like getting the data from the Google Sheet. Here also in this skill, we want to get the data from the Google Sheet. So for that, we are going to use the retrieve data. And then we have a create data. So suppose if you are storing certain information about the user, or if you are storing the points or scores of the user, so in that case you can utilize the create data. And in the same manner, you can also use the update data for updating the same user information. And then we have delete data. So if you are creating that skill where you are need to do create where you need to use the create data, update data, and delete data, then you can utilize it. But for now, we don't require that part. So we'll just click on the retrieve data part, and it will after that it will ask as user in which Gmail your Google Sheets are stored. So it's stored inside my this Gmail account. So I have selected this one, and after this it will ask me a spreadsheet name, because if you don't provide a spreadsheet name, then how it will identify which file it is. So here, as you can see, the first one is my Google Sheet file. So I have selected this one, and then there is a sheet one, and from which sheet you want to collect data. So from here, because I have only one sheet in my Google Sheet data, so I will select the sheet one. And then you will see which settings option. So here in which settings you will see a column is equal to value to match. So here what this do is, we don't want to get only one particular column data from the Google Sheet. We want to get the first column data as well as the second column data. So here what we are gonna do, we are gonna provide the row. We are gonna select the row in the column. You can see in the column you have three options: row number, question, and answer. It's hiding behind this. So because we don't want to select a specific question or answer, we want to use both. So in that case, you can utilize the row number. And after row number, you can see there is something written as value to match. So in the value to match, we need to provide the variable name here. So here in the voice flow, how you will create the variable and what exactly are variables? So the variables are like the storage houses, which is used for storing certain values. So here also we want to store the value of row number inside the variable row. So for that you just have to write a row here. If you want to create variable directly, then you don't have to do anything. Just utilize the curly braces and write the variable name inside the curly braces. And you can see a create option here. So just click on the create and it will automatically create a variable with the row name. And then just click on the next button, and then there is a mapping output. So inside of that row, which output you want to select. So from here, because I want to select the question and I also want to select the answer. So here in this column, I'm gonna select the question, and for this also we need to create a variable as question. So I'm just gonna write the question inside the curly braces, and it will variable contains invalid characters or is greater than 16 characters. So here actually we just need to provide, here we don't need to provide a curly braces because it's written variable now. So we just need to write the variable name. When we access the data, when we have to use the variable data, then we write it inside the curly braces. In the earlier option we had value to match. So the value to match is like the getting the data. But here we need to provide the variable name directly. So you can just write question and it will automatically create a variable with a question name, so don't worry about that. And after that we need to provide one more add mapping so that it can create a mapping for the answer also. So here also we are going to do the same thing. We are going to write the answer directly and it will create a variable of the answer name. After that you will see a next. So after clicking the next button, you will see a test integration. So that's a very useful part of the voice flow. You can actually test your integration, whether your integration is successful or it's not working. You can test it from here. So just click on the test integration. After that, it will ask you a row number. Which row number you want to get the question and answer of which row exactly. So you can write the row number. I will write the row number as 3 and I will click on the run integration. And after that here it will return the data. First let's check which question is present in our row number 3. So here you can see in the row number 3 I have this question. The first step in security awareness is being able to dash a security threat. So let's see whether it's returning the same question or not. So as you can see, in here in this question it's giving me the same question and the same answer value. So this the format which it's displaying me the value is the JSON format. JSON format is nothing but just a template of storing the data. It just provide you a structure, like how your data is storing here, how it's returning the result. So here it's showing you the result in the where the row is 3, the column is 0, A1 position is A3, that means the third row, and then the question and the answer. So that means our integration is successful and it's ready to use. So now again we need to provide a connector. It's like a step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We need to cover all the steps till we reach to the step of success. The final step, yes. So after this, after getting the data from the Google Sheet, now let's ask the user. Let's ask the questions to the user. So how you're gonna ask the question? So in this same step, you have a speak block which we have utilized for saying the sentence. So either you can utilize the prompt, just prompt is useful for asking the question, or we can directly use the speak block. No need to utilize many blocks, different type of block. We can just use the speak block for this also. So I will just add a speak block here, and here it's written as enter what Alexa will say. So what I want the Alexa to say is, okay, so your question is, and what is your question? Your question is which is stored inside the question column. So how we will get that data? How we will get the data directly, like how we have combined the Google Sheet here. So how to get the data directly from that? So that's why we have created certain variables as question, answer, row number. So here, because I want to fetch the question, I want to access the variable question. So I will write the question variable inside the curly braces, and you can also see that it's already present, so you can directly click, and after you directly select, you will see that it's written in the form of this. So that's why I said, if you want to access the variable, we provide it inside the curly braces. If you just want to create the variable or write the name, then you can directly write the name. So after this, you can also, you can even change the voice. Like here we have lot of voice: Alexa, Ivy, Jonna, Joy. So you can try with the different voice. You can select any voice, and we have English iron like Aditya and all. So let's try with this voice, and let's add certain effect. You can also add certain effect like break, volume. So I want the volume to be medium. I want the speech rate. I also want the speech rate to be medium, and you can also select the speech tone, emphasis, whisper, and interpretation. And after that, you can either add a video audio, or you can add a system. That means one more sentence. I don't want to add a system or audio here because this is just a question. Okay, so now let's test our. Okay, first let's connect it. Don't ever forget to connect the steps, otherwise it won't run. Yeah, now let's test it. So whatever steps you are adding, make sure to test it step by step so that you can identify where the problem is. So let's go to prototyping, and let's click on start test.
Welcome to this skill. Let's see how much you are cyber aware.
Your question is HTTPS means tag the site. Your options are: option 1 is genuine, option 2 has secure communication, option 3 is secure, option 4 nothing significant.
So as you can see here, Alexa is saying the question. First is saying, welcome to this skill. Let's see how much you are cyber aware. And then it will ask, then it will say, your question is, HTTP means that the site. Your options are: option 1 is genuine, option 2 has secure connection, option 3 is secure, option 4 nothing significant, and then it will just for adding the volume. If you want to provide certain gaps between the sentence, so you can just add a space bar. So if you just add a space bar where you have written the question in the Google Sheet, so it will just consider it as a little gap so that it can see it properly. And all the changes are dynamic because we are storing the data in Google Sheet, so you don't need to worry about saving anything. And after that, you can press the escape key for getting back into the designing phase. And after that, after asking the question, we need to get the user response. For that, what we are going to utilize it, we will go to steps, and here in the interaction, we have speak, choice, intent, prompt, and in the downside of that, in the logic, we have condition, set, capture. But here we are going to use the capture block because we want to capture the response of the user, what the user is answering. So for that, let's see how you can utilize the captcha block. So add this block here, and here it will ask you input type. So what will be the type of input is like either, so the answer which user is saying, is it a any country name, is it a color name, is it belongs to the artist group, or in which group it belongs to, like is it a certain language, or it's a number, phone number, what exactly it is. So it's not belong to any group or any category. So for that we have a custom option. So we can select a custom, input type as custom, and here we can write a user reply. So in this skill, the user can reply only four things. Either he or she can say option 1, or he or she can say option 2, or option 3, or option 4. So that's the all four kind of response which user will say here. So let's write it down here. So I will write option 1, enter, response got added. Similarly write option 2. Similarly, write option 3. Here, basically, here you just have to write answers, all the possible answers of the user. I want my user to just say this. So even if the users say it like this, the answer is this and this, it will capture the main option 4 or option 3, this reply from that sentence, and then it will detect, and then the capture input too. So we need to save this user response into some variable, and so that later we can check whether if the answer is same as the answer we have in our sheet or not. So for that, I'm just gonna create a variable known as user reply, and here we have a create option. So just click on the create, and after that it's done. You can also click on how it works, and you can actually see what exactly it does and what is it, more information about it, and it's done. So now let's connect both these blocks. Let's connect it, and now let's test it. Let's go to prototype and let's see. So here, click on the start test.
Welcome to this
So
skill.
first it will
Let's
say
see how much
this,
you are cyber aware. Your question is which one do not needs human action
and
to
then it will
replicate?
ask this question.
Your options are option 1, spyware, option 2, Trojan horse,
It will say
option
this,
3, worm, option 4, virus.
and then we need to write. For example, I'm writing the answer is option 1. Okay, then the session got ended. And if you click on this arrow, then you will actually see that which row it has accessed this time. So it has selected row number 11, selected which one do not need to be this and this, and the answer was option 3, and the user reply was the answer is option 3, and then this is certain things. And now let's see whether this kind of sentence will work for us or not. Do the user has to say directly key option 1, or if even if it can say the answer is this and this, will it work? Let's see. So before that, one thing which you have observed after the Alexa is answering the question, we are not saying anything ki now please now give the answer, or give the answer in the form of this. So for that you can just add one more speak block after this, and it will say it like that form. So in order to do that, you can just minimize the screen a little bit, or you can just move the blocks anywhere, it will work. And after the first speak block, we can add one more speak block. So this is the speak block for asking the question. So after that, we can add another speak block, and we can just delete this connector, and we can combine this connector with this speak block, and this with this. So I just have added a one step in between this. So so that the user can identify that it has to say answer. So here it can say, So here it can say which option you will select. Yeah, it can say like this. And then you can change the voice because I like the Indian voice, so I will select this. Tick, tick. And after this it will say it in this form. And now after this, let's check that whatever answer the user is giving to us is right or wrong. So how we will do it? We need to use the if block here just for checking both. Now let's check that whatever answer user is providing to us is right or wrong. So in order to check that, we need to utilize the condition from the logic. So we will use the if condition here. So how you can use the if condition? Just drag and drop it here. And after that, you can see a equality sign here. So equality sign, just check whether the left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. And here it's written, you can also select different sign if you want to if you want to select it for the different operators, then you can also change the sign by clicking here. And here you can see that it's written as select variable. So which variable we want to select, which variable we want to check, we want to check it with the user reply, so that we can find whether whatever user is replying is according to our answer or not. And in the value, so in the value we don't have any value, so instead of value we need to utilize the answer variable. So how will you change this value into variable? Just click on this sign which you are seeing in the right hand side, and from here select a variable, and now it will give you the option to select a variable. So our answers are stored in the answer variable, so just select that, and that's it. And after that, you will able to see this block in this form where it's written, if user reply is equal to answer, then we need to add a part, then it should do something. And what it will do, we will see that. But before that, let's connect this both of the blocks, otherwise it won't run. So here you can also see there is a else part. So in the if part, if the answer is right, then it will go to if part, but if the answer is wrong, then it will go to else part. So now let's add a speak block in both if and else part, so that if your answer is right, then it can speak, hey, your answer is correct, or congratulations, you have given the right answer. So here we can add the sentence, congratulations, your answer is correct. You can also change the voice and accordingly, and you can also provide the audio. Let's provide the audio here. So when you click on the audio, you will see drag audio files here or browse. So either you can download any audio and you can keep it in the laptop and you can upload it here, or if you are not getting any audio, then what you can do, you can go to Google, and here you can type Amazon interjections. So, so what exactly are interjections? The interjections are like the expressions which we have, and then you will see a speech con reference. So speech con and interjection is like expressions, saying certain words and like expressing certain words in a different manner. For example, abracadabra. So here we have lot of interjections in lot of different languages. So let's select English, iron. And from here, let's see, you can actually hear the sound, like how it's speaking this expressions. So you can hear it say is achu. So from here you can select any voice. So let's select a voice, like if the answer is right, let's see how you can select it. So if your answer is right, then either you can select awesome or bale bale, bazinga. You can select bingo, blast, boing. You can select any of this. You can select bravo. Let's hear. Let's see which one we can find is better. Yeah, let's select the bingo voice, and after that you can just click on these three dots and you can select the download option, and then it will download the sound for you. Similarly, let's select one more sound if the answer is incorrect. So if the answer is incorrect, then you can select any sound. Let's see which sound we can select. You can find any sound. You will get a lot of sound here. You can select the IO sound, IO, or you can select any sound. Let's select IO. So I will just click on this dot and I will download. Now I want to ask to the user that whether he or she wants to continue the game, still wants to take the quiz, or it just want to exit. So for that, let's add one speak block, and here let's write, do you want to continue the game? And we can add a question mark, and let's join this block. So make sure to provide the right connectors. So here, even when your answer is wrong or if the answer is right, in both of the cases it should go to this step. It doesn't matter whether the answer is right or wrong, but I want in both of the cases it should go here. So you can combine with one block, you can combine with one blocks with so many different blocks at a time. So after this, if and then we need to check if what the user is replying. If the answer for this question is either yes or it can be no. So if the user will reply yes, then it will again ask the another question, any random question. And but if the user is responds no, then it will end the skill. So for that, here we are going to utilize the choice block. So how to use that block? Let's see that. So how to utilize the choice block? Let's first add the choice block, and here the user has two choices. It can be yes or it can be no, but we don't have to add a no here because there's else is already present in the choice. So here we just need to write the sentence what the user can say. So I will just write the yes because the user can say the yes, or it can just say the yes or it can say the no. So first answer will be yes and rest other answer will go to the else part. So if the user will say yes, let's connect it. Then then if the user will say yes, then it should ask the question. So if you wanted to ask the question, then we have to connect it with the question block. We have to join it where we are asking the question. So this is the block where we are actually asking the question. Your question is question block. So that's why I have connected this to there, so that if the user answers yes, then it can ask the another question. But if the user answers no, that is the else part, then I will just add a speak block here. And here either you can use an Alexa or any other voice, and you can write, thanks for using this skill. And you can add one more system, and you can write, we just provide a little space so that it can take a pause. Have a nice day. Yeah, you can write it this, and let's connect it, because if you forget to connect, then it won't work. And this is the basically our flow diagram and everything, the overview. So this is what exactly the coding, not exactly coding, the blocks that we have to add for this quiz. Right now it's might looking like a spider web, but it's not a spider web. You just have to follow the step by step execution. In the end of the session, I will show you a list where all the steps are written and everything, and you can follow that. So now let's test the skill. So let's click on the prototyping, and let's click on the start test button. Okay, this time I won't copy. So I'm gonna select option 1. So let's see what happen if I select the option 1. Okay, let's see what happen if I write yes. Okay, you can see it. So actually, I just had 4 or 5 questions, and I have just copied that 4 or 5 questions one, so that it can make 13 questions. So that's why it's repeating the question. But when you have lot of different kind of questions, then there are very less chances of repeating the question. So for now, let's give the answer for this question. So let me write. You can either write or you can just hold the space bar key and you can say. So let me just write option 2 this time. This is again this success. So see, if I just let's try with no this time. Yeah. So because I have changed the voice, so that's why you might have heard different voice, and then it will just say have a nice day. So whenever you start the skill, it will greet you. So basically it divides into three part. One's like what happened when you initialize the skill. So whenever you initialize the skill, it will greet you, and after that the main activity, the main quiz, or any other game which you are creating, and then the ending part, how you are gonna end the skill. So the skill will end after you say no to the response, or you can directly say Alexa stop, and Alexa will directly get stopped. This is by default command for every skill in the Alexa. And I'm gonna even show you how to launch this skill, how to send this skill for the certification, so that it can be available in the Alexa store, and I will even show you how to see it in the mobile or in the Alexa device. So it's ready. So our skill is ready. You can modify it according to you. You can make the changes. You can make it more interactive, more fun, and more user friendly. And you can add more sounds and everything. You can add anything, because now you know how to utilize this block, how to use the connectors, how to do a step by step execution. So you can easily make this skill more creative. So basically, you guys can see this is the entire flow diagram for the skill which I have created, and how to create a simple Alexa quiz skill with the help of the voice flow. So I have prepared this diagram for you, which will be very useful for you to refer the entire project in just one page. So it starts with when we had opened the voice flow, then we have created a new project, and then we have added a speak block so that Alexa can greet the user, and then we have added a code block and it in a JavaScript too, just single 2 line JavaScript code for selecting a random row number. Then we have integrated it with Google Sheets, and after that we have added a speak block and asked the questions, and then using with the help of capture block we got the response, and then we have added a if condition to check whether the user response is equal to answer or not, and then again we have added a speak block so that we can tell the user whether their answers are right or wrong, and then we have again added the speak block to ask whether they still want to continue the game or not, and then after that a choice block where to just detect whether they are saying yes or no. If they are saying yes, then again the Alexa will repeat the steps from here. Again it will ask the question, again it will detect the response and everything. But if they say no, Then it will again add a speak block, and Alexa will just say thank you, goodbye, and then your skill will get exit. So this is like an entire flow diagram, and you can refer it for creating. Now let's see how you can publish your Alexa skill to the Alexa store, so that all over the people from all over the India or whatever locale you have selected can access it. So for that, first we will go to launch, and then here you will see the display name. Display name is like a skill name. Display name is a skill name, and it's like a app name. So right now we have kept as Quizzy Crazy, but I think the Alexa will find difficult to recognize this word. So let's keep it something simple and better. So I'm gonna just write Cyber Quiz instead of Quizzy Crazy. And after that I need to provide the larger and smaller icon. So the icon is like how we have app icons. So you can click on this and you can select the icon from your desktop, and in the same way you can select a smaller icon. You need to select the same image for both the large and small icon. After that you can click on the next, and here it will ask you a summary, a short description. So here you can write what the skill is about, and here is the description. Description is like a detailed description, but you can write it in 1 or 2 lines. So here I'm just gonna write, with this skill you can improve knowledge related to cybersecurity. After that, it will ask you a category, which category your skill belongs to. So if you are creating quiz, then you can select knowledge and trivia. If your quiz is some kind of game or something, then you can select game or whatever category your skill belongs to. And after that, here we have keywords. For example, quiz, game, space. So in the keywords, I'm gonna write quiz, game, quiz, trivia, etc. And then you can click next, and here it will ask you invocation name, what the user has to say to access the skill. So make sure to write a proper invocation name so that your Alexa can recognize it. So here I'm just gonna write cyber quiz. Let's write it in small only, just to avoid all the problem. And then here it will automatically detect this. And then you can click next. You can select the locations where you want to publish your skill, in which stores, and then you can click next, and it will give you privacy policy URL, term and condition URL. And then you can just press next, and you can just read this. And then see, it's saying you must upload to Amazon at least once on the canvas before submitting for review. So it's just saying you that, so that you can upload it to Amazon and it can finally get published to the Amazon skill store. So let's go to prototype. Let's click on upload to Amazon button, and it's uploading. As you can see, it's uploading it. And now you can see the upload is successful. Your skill is now available to test on your Alexa. So let's go to launch.
Let's go to say Trick Daddy featuring Juice Coffee.
And let's go there. And where were we? Next, next, next. And now you can see the submit for review button. So you can click on that. And it's uploading to Alexa. It might take some time, but it will happen very soon. And after that, you can see it will give you a notification as your project has been submitted for review. During this time, you will see the skill and with the review status. So that means your project has successfully submitted to review, and you will receive an email from the Amazon Alexa team. And if they find your project suitable and proper without any error, then it will be launched. It will be published within 2 to 3 days, and then everyone can access it. So now it's time to test it on our mobile and Alexa device. So let's see how you can see your skill in the mobile and in the Alexa. Now let's see how you can access the skill in your Alexa app. So for that you just need to go to the Play Store and you just have to download this app, and here you can see this is the main interface, and from here you can go to more, and here you will see skills and game options. So you can go to skills and games, and in this you will see three options: discover, categories, your skill. So discover will just give you the list of all the skills which is active right now in your in this app. And then here you have categories. You can select certain skills according to the categories to which they belong, and after that we have your skills. So in your skills you will see how many skills have active right now. 43 skills has been enabled in this app, and 5 has updated. 11 requires my attention, just that 11, if 11 has some certain security issue or something. And then you will see developer option. So just go to developer option, and here you will see all the skills has been created by you. So you can see this, or all the skills has been created by me. So here you can see this cyber quiz skill which is created by me, and here you can see disable skill option. So right now our skill is already active, so we don't have to click on the enable skill or something like that. If you click on the disable skill, then this skill will become inactive to your mobile app. So just go back and let's test it out. So for that, just go to this, click on this and say, Alexa, open cyber
Thanks
quiz.
for using this skill.
Have a nice day.
Actually it was being used before, that's why. Alexa, open cyber quiz.
Welcome to this skill. Let's see how much you are cyber aware.
Your question is the first step in security awareness is being able to dash a security threat. Your options are Option 1 recognize, Option 2 avoid, Option 3 challenge, Option 4 log. So which option you will select?
Option 1.
Bingo.
Congratulations, your answer is correct. Do you want to continue the game?
No.
Thanks for using this skill.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. So you can see in this manner you can access your skill in this app, and even if you don't have any Alexa device, still you can use it and you can access it. So now we will see how to see it in the Alexa device. Now let's see how you can test your Alexa skill on any Alexa device. So I have a Echo Dot version 2. Now let's see how our skill will work on this device. So first, let's say, Alexa, open cyber quiz.
Welcome to this skill. Let's see how much you are cyber aware. Your question is connecting to open Wi-Fi at public place to access sensitive data could potentially result into. Your options are Option 1, it is an attempt to trick people into harvesting data. Option 2, possibility of an attempt used to distribute malware. Option 3, possibility of an attempt using wireless eavesdropping. Option 4, all of the above. So which option you will select?
Option 4.
Bingo. Congratulations, your answer is correct. Do you want to continue the game?
Yes.
Your question is connecting to open Wi-Fi at public place to access sensitive data could potentially result into. Your options are Option 1, it is an attempt to trick people into harvesting data. Option 2, possibility of an attempt used to distribute malware. Option 3, possibility of an attempt using wireless eavesdropping. Option 4, all of the above. So which option you will select?
Option 3.
Ayyo. Try your luck next time. Do you want to continue the game?
No.
Thanks for using this skill.
Have a nice day.
Alexa, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So as I have said earlier also, because I have only 4 questions, so I have copied that 4 question 2 times, so that's why it was repeating the question. And you can see that our skill was working perfectly fine. So by this way you can test your Alexa skill on an Alexa device, and I hope you like the video.